Okay. How are you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? I'm very fine, thank you.
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, just here to try and come to an agreement or figure out what's going on, and especially in the near future for our joint venture. I guess for us, just some, general questions. But first and foremost, like, how is your family doing?
Oh, well, my family is very fine, actually. We went on a trip last weekend.
Did you?
Yeah, we went to a bit outside of Guadalajara. There are some really waterfalls, very nice. They call it agua azul. It's because the water there is like, they say it's blue, but it's actually like crystal clear. And we went there a couple of hours with the cousins and all the family. And then we had this barbecue at the end. It was just perfect. How about your family?
Mine's really good, thanks. I've just been coaching my daughter's soccer a lot, and that's...
Oh, your daughter's playing soccer?
Yes.
That's awesome. In Mexico, soccer is such a big thing, really. Like, people love soccer all the time. You should have seen at the World Cup. It was just amazing. Everybody was like on the parks. They always have like in these small villages, the Plaza de Armas, where it's like where the church is and the park. And in most of the village, they put all these big screens when Mexico is playing, and everybody's just sitting there and they're giving out ice cream like for free, And it's like everybody's just a big family, but it's kind of crazy. I love it so much. It's really so warm, and the weather is always so good, especially in July, June, July for the World Cup. So everybody's out all the time. It's very warm though.
You're lucky.
How about where are you from again? Excuse me.
I'm from the U.S.
From the of course. That's which city?
Just the U.S.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
just the U.S.
How's the weather?
I'm from New York. I'm from New York, upstate New York.
Upstate New York.
Yes.
Ooh, it must be cold. I heard a storm was coming next week. A snowstorm to New York.
Yes, you're right. We're getting it from Buffalo, so we're expecting around 2 feet. So, but that's normal for us, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
I hope it's going to be alright.
Oh, really?
The Yankees are still going to play?
No, the Yankees are not playing right now, but the Rangers are, so it's good for hockey.
The Rangers. Who are the Rangers?
Our National Hockey League team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, our baseball's on hold right now until the springtime.
Oh.
So.
I bet they still warm, like they still train for the season, upcoming season.
Yeah, they train down in Florida actually, so.
Oh, that must be nice.
Yeah.
They're lucky. That must be cool.
Very, very lucky.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, well, I guess like just getting down to it, as you know, with like a decline in sales and not hitting our expected sales and budget, we just want to try and figure out a plan for the coming years. And I know that I'm new and I have to kind of figure out how it works down here with you. And I am on a time constraint. I do only have one day, but I want to make this as meaningful as possible here with you.
Sure, Mrs. Morgan, sure, no problem. So let's go over it.
Okay. So I guess first and foremost, I just kind of want to talk to you about staff. I know both in the Mexico and Guadalajara region.
You have a very good accent.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's pretty good.
I guess in both of them, maybe there's been a lack of communication, or you've been talking to Alan about some things I don't know. But especially in the Guadalajara one, our main concern is that there's staff there that aren't something that was budgeted in. There's 2 staff that were hired with.
Yes.
Maybe just you could explain like a more clear-cut reason why. I know there's absence, but is that normal here in a way of work?
It is not abnormal, I would say. It is not abnormal. It is exactly the way of working of a Mexican salesman, and this is nothing exceptional, I would say. This is nothing exceptional. We don't punish them actually, because it happens to everyone, I guess. It's not such a big deal, and we still manage, so...
But could you see from that, from our end, how it's kind of hard when there's two salespeople there that we don't really know about, or it's hard to budget in that aspect?
Yes, I understand. Well, I think it's pretty clear to me. I know my workers, and there's nothing to worry about.
It's not that the performance that we're worried about, well, maybe it is, I guess, in the performance aspect, because, we are expecting a lot, and I know that it's really versatile from your country to our country, but it's just not feasible for us. We do understand like that you guys have holidays, and maybe that is normal here for you guys, but what about the implementation of an absence kind of platform, so there's a certain amount like available, because that's how we work in the US, where you're allotted a certain amount of days that you're absent, and then after that, we have to really consider letting you go. It's just...
It seems something that can be talked about, yeah, of course.
Okay. How many days do you think would fit? Because I know that there's lots of holidays that are celebrated.
Oh yeah, there are lots of holidays in Mexico. We're so very Catholic that actually the holidays are mostly Catholic, and every saint would merit a holiday. I mean, that could be like this, we would do it, but you gotta work. I would say that we let the worker choose actually. They might have a better insight on it. They know whenever they need a holiday.
But if the worker's gonna decide how many holidays they get, don't you think it's gonna be stretched out really? Because there's no really set rules in place that have to be followed, because that's just how you make things more efficient.
No, yes, you're right. You're right.
Okay, so we're definitely hoping to drop one of the people that you have, because we believe that 2 temporary employees is just too much. And if there was an absence kind of thing to help eliminate all the unwanted absences, that we would really only need 1 extra temporary employee.
Yes, it's for this that we have, it's exactly for this reason that we have these employees.
Okay, so let's think about something that would make sense here. So you're saying that we should take into consideration what the employees think on the number of absences?
For sure, the employees are at the core of the problem. So that would be, it's a really great idea, Mrs. Morgan, really.
Okay, well, that's going to be something that I think in the end we'll have to make a decision on, but they can have an input on it, so...
For sure. They will be glad.
Okay.
You tasted this coffee? It's very good. It's from Guanajuato.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, they have these hills with a lot of coffee beans over there, and they set it just on the border of the highway. They almost stop you in the car. You're like 70 miles an hour, and they stop you no matter what for selling you the coffee. Just imagine.
I can't say that I'm a coffee drinker, so...
Oh yeah, everybody has different tastes, right?
That's very true. So, in saying that though, we're definitely looking at eliminating one of those temporary employees that are there, so that there's only 1. Because then if, with this set in place, with talking to them, feeling that they have valid input, and that there being a certain number that can't be passed, we don't believe that there should be 2.
I understand, yes.
Okay, so you agree with me?
Totally. I will talk to them, that's for sure.
I know, but us losing 1 employee, you're not talking to them about it, that's us making a decision.
Yeah, we will imply them on this decision actually. Because they are both very effective when I think about it, and they will definitely want to work more actually, that's for sure. Okay, so one of our main concerns here is improving the sales. With the money difference here and the drop of sales, especially after the first 4 months, it's really something we want to focus on.
So because the training levels are down by half of what they were last year, we believe that we also can eliminate one trainer because they're not needed. And not as many people are coming in to get trained because it's just, their understanding of knowledge is just increasing. And this will save us in this area, and by doing this, we could hire additional salespeople. We're thinking about 3 roughly, to help sell the product.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
I don't really see how you can eliminate one of our workers.
To make room for 3 more people that you're hiring. So by eliminating one, you're bringing in 3, you're employing 3 more of your citizens.
Oh yeah, I understand. Sure, let's see it this way. If we rather relocalize one of my employers, what do you think about it? So he becomes a salesman, and he stays in the team actually.
We'd have to see if there's a fit, if he has a background that fits in that, but that is a good idea. So that's something we could look at. So maybe we could hire 2 initially and try and move him from training into sales. But if there's not a fit, then we are going to have to look for somebody else because.
Oh, okay, sure. But I think I already have my idea about who would be a fit.
Oh yeah? Who would that be?
Oh, I know my team very well. I know they have various talents actually.
Yeah. Are you saying that you have an idea of who would be a fit that's currently not working there to fill the new 2 positions?
I might also have fits for the 2 new positions. I know some people that are pretty close to me, and that would be perfect in the role.
Do they have a background in sales and or marketing or management?
Sure, they do. Yes, they do, of course.
See, I think that we both need to work a lot more as a team here, and that I need to definitely come spend a lot more time out here, just because how invested we are in trying to make this work with the drop in numbers, and I think that maybe we should start doing things more as a team, and you can teach me how things work here in regards to your hiring and just the cultural effect on the work, and just also for the future, so that we can both kind of trust each other.
I very agree on this. I strongly believe that good communication inside the joint venture is one of the most important things we could implement.
So do you think that possibly I could come down then, keep, I don't know, really open communication?
Oh yeah, of course, you are so very welcome whenever you want. Actually, I live very close to here, so if you need to stay, mi casa es su casa.
Awesome, that would be very nice, thank you.
My wife will be very glad of meeting you.
Yeah?
Actually, yes.
So for this next hiring process, for those 2 new employees that are coming in, let's work towards in the near future, by the end of today, maybe setting a time for me to come down and we can both go through maybe some of the selections that you think could fit possibly and pick them together.
Mm-hmm. Sure, by the end of today you say?
Yeah, just to set a date for the future, that's all.
Oh yeah, we'll set a date for sure.
Okay, but also, like, as I was saying that, oh yes, you also mentioned that you wanted to pull your 1 trainer over. Just give me 1 second. Oh yes, so another big thing that we looked at is that out of your 6 salespeople, and how you guys are currently doing your pooling of money together, by giving them a fixed fee and then the rest all comes in and it's kind of spread out equally. Do you think that hinders the performance of your salesperson as your top 2 salespeople receive the exact same amount of maybe somebody that goes out and doesn't sell anything? Is that fair?
I don't think it hinders anything. I think everybody brings its rock to the wall, and that's how we are actually very solid, you know.
But do you think they are even being a rock in the wall, or maybe they're just on the other side of it when they're pretty much showing up to get a fixed rate, and if that's what they're hired for is a position in sales, they're supposed to be out there selling. And they're selling nothing and receiving money. They could sell nothing for 4 months and receive the same as somebody who's selling maybe 6 units a month.
You're right. We should implement some kind of incentives, of course. But I believe though that some my employees still need to have some kind of fixed rate, because times are sometimes difficult, and having a family at its charge, it's really something.
I definitely agree with you. If maybe we could consider leaving a fixed rate in, but I don't believe that it should be after that fixed rate. If you sell nothing, then you would get nothing, and that's just going to work off commissions based. Because like I said, if you're being hired as an individual to go out and sell something, but you're not selling that, how can you receive money for somebody else that's doing the work?
No, of course, I understand. Yes, for sure. But how about we call this bonus based?
What do you mean by bonus based?
That a good seller would then receive a bonus rather than punishing the salesman that didn't perform this time.
I don't think you're punishing them if they're receiving a fixed rate. Like how exactly are you guys currently doing it again right now? I believe it is a fixed rate of what?
We do have a fixed rate, but part of it is flexible actually.
It's flexible. Okay.
I believe my team is actually very efficient. I'm quite proud of their work. Now we know that currency, dollar and Mexican pesos are not really in a good state right now for the Mexican business.
Yes.
But I believe we can think about an economic arrangement, how we're going to do this, because the price is actually raising a lot right now.
Yes, we totally agree with you on that. So that's also why we were looking at offering a commission increase of 10%. So from 30 to 40 on standard sales, either list price or 10% discount. And if our venture here can surpass the first quarter volume in the fourth, then that for sure will be implemented. And I think this will help.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Do you want to mint?
Sure, thank you. And I think this will definitely help with that drop in money currency.
Yes.
But again,
we can really think about this. I mean, I think it has a lot of potential. On my side, actually, I asked the employees, and they came up with also a very good solution. What about keeping the investments in Mexican pesos in Mexico for now? Because the exchange rate is not that good. So if we keep all the incomes in pesos instead of converting them to dollars, we wouldn't lose all the money by converting them. In dollars, it's not worth that much, and actually, it is worth a lot in Mexico. All the investment you're making right now from the US to Mexico is worth 3 times what it was. So you are very much in a good position to actually invest as much as you would like to, as much as we would like to. It's a joint venture here.
yeah.
As much as you would like to invest, it's going to be triple the value in Mexico. So you could hire 3 times as many salesmen, 3 times as many secretaries, 3 times as many internal developers. There is absolutely no barriers for this.
Yeah, I understand that. That's something that we can take into consideration and I'm gonna have to further look at. But in regards to hiring, again, I really don't believe that we're anywhere close to that.
The market is fluctuating. If it's not today, it will be tomorrow.
I think we're just looking at trying to mitigate our situation right now and try and move people around and hire just in the areas that are needed, because we don't have the budget to be hiring that like a substantial amount of people.
I understand.
But back to this commission base. So I know again you're talking about that. We know that you do value your customer. I mean your employees, and that you do believe that they kind of make everything work together. But again, we're definitely looking to be more commission based, and in that commission base with that 10% increase. If those needs are met, like I mentioned about first quarter volume and fourth quarter surpassing, I think it'll be really good incentive in regards to performance, and for both of us, that's one of our main goals here, is increasing sales.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So, what are your thoughts again, with that put into place on,
Well, I think if this is implemented, it has to come with some kind of counterpart. For instance, I know in Guadalajara transport is quite difficult, and not every family of my employees can afford a car, for instance. So maybe having some kind of transportation allowance in counterpart would really help the employees to motivate them.
but also isn't that where their fixed rate could be going as well, into needs such as that, as we do take into consideration that not everybody can afford transportation, and isn't that where some of the fixed costs are going towards that we're already supplying them with? So, like again, like I said, if somebody sells nothing and they're still getting a fixed rate, they're pretty much getting paid for nothing, so those costs could be going towards things such as that.
I agree. Do you think you can transfer the name of fixed rate into transportation allowance without having a reaction from my employees? I don't think so. I would fear having some kind of harsh reaction.
I'm not saying that you transfer the name, I'm just saying that obviously there has to be a meeting with all the employees to talk to them about where the allocation of money from the fixed rates are going. So you're not changing the name, you're just saying that within your fixed costs, this is what it's going towards. So within that would be transportation. I guess another section of that, I know that you're talking about a lot of them are providing for families, and then some of the other fixed costs under that same umbrella would be going towards providing for your family or food. I just think we need something here with this massive drop in sales, and we definitely need, as we discussed, that we're already going to hire two and pull the trainer over to make that 3 new salespeople. I think we need something to enhance the performance of the salespeople here. Don't you agree that if there was an increase in commission by 10%, that's a substantial amount of money, and that if it was strictly commission based, that they would be wanting to try harder to sell, knowing that they do have the chance to make all this money? It's also giving the people, what maybe you don't see, is that maybe some of the people that don't sell enough, it might just I don't know, light a fire under them pretty much, knowing that they have the possibility to make more than just this average rate they're getting paid. Is that a yes? Do you agree? Do you not agree?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I don't want to make decisions here that you also don't agree on, just because maybe you don't understand. I'm not saying that you're not competent, maybe I'm not speaking clearly enough or making it specific enough, as I've already gone through this so many times in my head on the way over that maybe I've missed some points to make it clear.
No, it is pretty clear. It is pretty clear.
So you do agree that, I just want to make sure that everything's here is like agreed upon.
We might want to talk about this in a following meeting.
My only problem is that I only have 1 day here with you, and I don't know when the next time I can come back. And I think that in order for both of us to be successful in this joint venture, these things have to be implemented as soon as possible. So if we could make decisions on this now, then by my next meeting when I come in, we could see if it's working, if it's not working, just trying to make it efficient with my meetings here.
Yes, you're welcome whenever you want to come down here.
Okay, so again, back to where we were at. With this increase of 10%, so instead of just 30, you're now going to 40 on standard sales. If we, as a venture here, surpass first quarter, again with our volume in the fourth, do you agree that this could be a good incentive to employees, and that we could just stick with one fixed rate and then from there it's commission based if they have the chance to make that much more money?
I think so.
You think so? So could we agree upon that?
Yeah.
Sorry?
There's something in there. There's definitely an idea.
Yeah, I know there's an idea, but like I said again, I really hope we can either yes or no on this, just so that when next time I come back, we can see if this is working for the employees here or not, instead of then implementing it.
I think though it's important to keep a fixed rate, a steady commission also.
I agree with you on the fixed rate, but I don't agree that, I really believe that individuals are gonna have more incentive to go out and actually sell the product when they have the opportunity to make, instead of $10, they have like a lot more than that, maybe $20, $30. Don't you think that your employees would also find that beneficial? They have the chance to make a lot more money than just a fixed rate of $10. They could just an example. They maybe could make 50. They could make. Do you agree?
Yes.
Could we please agree yes or no on this point, so that
Definitely, yes, we do agree.
So we do agree on this. So we're going to implement this, and then next time I come back, we can talk. We can meet with the employees and see if this is working for them or not.
For sure, I will make sure I implement it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, just one other point I kind of wanted to talk about. Having to budget and kind of cut down. I do know that there is a receptionist in Mexico City. Do you think that this role is needed, the receptionist?
Oh, for sure. I mean, Mrs. Rodriguez is very efficient. She has just a flower, a pearl. How would you say? She is very nice, and she brings some kind of professionalism in the company. Whenever we have clients over, she is just the face of the company, and with her really great professional abilities, she can welcome someone, and she's extremely sensitive. So she can feel the people. This is a great asset for the company.
Yeah. What exactly is her background in?
Oh, she has a background in they call this mercadotecnia. It's a university degree here in Mexico City.
Yeah?
Yes.
So what is it called again?
Mercadotecnia.
What exactly does that do? Sorry, I'm not familiar with it, that's why.
Let me explain you. It is a mix of engineering, economics, and sales, actually, with a bit of marketing, of course.
Oh, really?
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
that's very nice. I would love to
She
meet her.
is just impressive. She is helping for the development of the inside of the company, but also developing for the sales. She's actually taking a lot of work that she could leave to the salesman, but she's doing it in such a good way. She also knows the company very well. She has been there since almost the beginning. I'm very satisfied with her work.
In saying all of this, then, wouldn't it make more sense to alleviate her as a receptionist and promote her into a sales role?
It would be something we could consider, but I am actually doubtful about however she sees herself maybe in 5-10 years. I can talk about it with her, that's for sure. It's something we can have a discussion on.
Because
she would be actually very glad to meet you. She has been responding to so many mails of you, so yes, she would be glad to meet you.
if you're looking for growth within the company, and if we could move her up into a sales position, and or mostly sales, but also in that main role of a receptionist, then that also maybe you could understand would give her the chance, an opportunity to make some more money too.
Definitely, she would, I think, consider it.
Okay. And next, I just kind of want to talk to you about, as again, I'm new here, just within our first meeting, and I don't know if Alan had the chance to meet your brother or not.
Alan, did he have the chance to meet my brother? My brother knows actually Alan. He has seen pictures of him, and I have been talking about Alan to my brother, that's for sure. But I don't think they have met personally.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, just kind of want to figure out, first of all, how is your brother? I wish he could be here, could have been here today to meet us,
Well,
but,
he couldn't make it today. He was busy actually. He was working in the offices in the DF Mexico district.
okay. Just because I don't have the chance to talk to both of you, I just wanted to kind of ask him about his role and how he sees himself within the company.
Yeah, he's how would I call his position? He's in the internal development of the company, making sure the bases are set and working for better development.
Okay. What did your brother do before he started working here?
Oh, he had a background of communication with other people. He knows how to give out a message.
That's it? Okay, so is he strictly more like administrative? Like on the administrative side, like as well as what you talked about Mrs. Rodriguez doing? Helping her out with that?
Oh, I would say it's not her helping him out or not him helping her out. It's really a fusion. They're working together and their work is done. I mean, the job is good.
Yeah. I'm not saying that if they're working together that well, don't you think that one is strong enough to just take on the role themselves?
Well, they are complementary. Yes, they are.
I'm sorry, I don't mean complimentary. I mean that one taking on that role, not two people.
I think two is a very good number for the job they're doing.
But if you said that Ms. Rodriguez had so much experience and she was so good with the clients and she pretty much is the face behind the salespeople, I'm not saying there's no need for your brother, I'm just saying that maybe that's not the right fit for him, is in that portion, if he could be helping out elsewhere instead, helping the company out in other areas instead of that.
I think he's very, very helpful actually, yes, where he works right now.
Who would you say does, I'm not saying does more work, but you had just mentioned that Ms. Rodriguez is really like client-based and knows the insides and outs of the company. So in saying that, do you think that maybe we could, or maybe your brother would also want to be looking at making money in more of a sales role where he gets to interact more with the customer, being that he is so high up there, being a VP, that maybe the customer would appreciate this, that there's somebody so high up in the company willing to talk to them and work with them and sell with them?
I'm not quite sure I understand whether you were asking me here.
So your brother, being the vice president here of this venture, he, I think that maybe, not saying that where he's working now isn't needed, because I just think that maybe he could use his talents, if you said he's really good at communication, elsewhere, where he could be more beneficial, and he again could have the chance to make some more money. And as I was saying, being the vice president, if he were to work towards the sales side of it, I think this would be really beneficial for the company, because customers would see that somebody so high up in the organization is willing to take the time to work with them and sell to them. And it's not just employees who the VP and me and yourself are employing, it's also your brother that's out there. I think it could help like change the way that our venture is seen, and it could also put a face to it. Do you think that's something that he would like?
I can't really express his opinion right now.
That's true. What about yourself? How do you feel about that? Rick, I will definitely talk to your brother about this, or I know you're going to, or maybe we could talk together. Or...
Yes, I'd rather talk myself to my brother.
Okay, well then how do you feel about this?
I think I have to think it over.
You have to think it over? So that's something we could come back to then, because I think if we put him in that role, it puts a face to our company in a time where, you know, we're plummeting in sales. And I just think putting somebody so high up there would really help us increase our sales. And he could be working off commission too, so he could make a lot of money, and I think that he would, being a big player. So, do you have any other questions or anything else you'd like to talk about?
No, I think we had a lot of points here that we talked about a lot of stuff.
I have just one other thing. I know that you and Alan had talked about a discounted price.
Yes.
But what again was yours? I just want to make sure that Alan's notes were right.
Well, it was not completely fixed yet.
No?
We're still talking about it.
Okay. I know for us that we really would like to not sell, like again, like when I think about us, I think as the company or the venture is yourself and I, because at the end of the day, if it's not working for one of us, it's not going to work for the either. So I think for our company or our venture, I think going below our list price, selling things below our list price, I understand that we're going to have to discount to a certain degree, but I think we want to try and keep our sales at a price number at a...
For sure, but you understand that with the price raises here in Mexico because of the dollar, we have to adapt. We really have to adapt.
Yes.
So this is something I think we can't really choose. If we want to continue to sell, we have to make some discounts. The 25 that was being talked about with Alan seemed a pretty good price.
So the 25 for our venture, I just think is taking way too much off. I know that there's the currency issues, but I think if you justify that the money that our employees are going to receive on commission, that big increase of 10%, I think with that behind them, and we of course we're going to decide on a discounted price because 100% understanding of the situation with currency. I think 25 is I just don't. I think that our salespeople especially your employees are way better than selling a really discounted price. I believe that they have in them the talents to, you know, get through selling at a price that's not as low as 25%. And you were mentioning how, especially your top two, how good they are. I think that if we were closer to a 10 or, you know, a 15, that
I believe actually that if we go as low as 25, we would really increase the sales volume. This is based on my computation. It is a solid number. We're really going to hit this sales volume.
for us, that just doesn't make sense. I'm kind of hoping that we can come to an agreement on the term other than 25.
We will come to an agreement, that's for sure. I will tell you first. Let us go for the 25 and see for yourself. Give us, let's say, 4 months. 4 months, and if you're not happy with it, we can discuss about it. That's for sure.
I think the most beneficial thing would actually be towards the other way, because when you're selling at a discounted price, as low as 25, I believe that your clients would actually be pretty upset with 4 months after that an increase in prices, especially if they need assistance, if they need to, or say that they actually do need to be trained and don't realize it until later. I don't know. I think that how it would normally work was that you would start at, for both of us, we both want to make the most money out of here. I think we would start at a 15 in 4 months. If that's not working out, then we go to your suggested 25. Because why would we, let's say example, why would we sell something for 25%? We're both not really sure if it could sell at a less discounted price than that. We're both losing money on that. So if we come at it with 15 and we figure out if that works or not, then we could go to 25.
I have a pretty strong feeling that 25 will raise the volume of our sales. You can trust me on this one. Don't worry, I did some computation with my brother, and we're pretty sure about it.
It's not that I don't trust you, it's just wouldn't we want to give our company the chance to make the most, so.
We have exactly the same goal here, so I wouldn't want to tell you the contrary, really. Don't worry, we are on the same page here.
Well, we're just gonna have to figure out something, because 25 is just, me and you are both losing way too much money at 25%. Like I said, if we work at 15 and that doesn't work out, then we can go to 25 within 4 months. Why would we risk the chance of making more money?
You know what? Let's cut it in half. You're talking to me about 15. I want to say yes, but I'm convinced that 25 is the good price. So let's meet halfway there.
We're already, so first of all, we're at 10% right now. That's a 15% jump. Really risky, as well as because all the money that we're discounting, we're giving it away for a substantially lower price. Again, 20 for us, that's a 10% discount increase from the 10 that it previously was at. I think for us, especially if you want to go to 25% in 4 months, if it doesn't work out, why are we not giving ourselves the opportunity to see if making it at 15% works? Because in that way, both of us are making more money than 20%.
Well, I believe, Mrs. Morgan, that you are a very bold entrepreneur and that you know that sometimes you have to go for it, try it, take a risk, and this is the time, maybe.
Wouldn't the risk be taking it at 15%, not 20? Because if we're taking it at 15, we're taking the risk, and that means you're putting the trust and capabilities that your employees have on the line, saying that, you believe and you've talked so highly of them that they can do this, and how well they are and how they work as a team, that if they're already selling somewhat at 10, but there has been that, again, the currency issues, that if you do put it to 15%, or that you're putting faith in them that they're capable of doing this, because you do talk so highly of them.
Though I think that's the devaluation of the currency cannot allow us to go that low.
Well, the highest that I'm really sorry, but I just don't think 20 is going to work at all. But I think the highest that we're willing to go would be 18.
Well, it's already something. It's already something. We're really very close to the 20. So I believe the clients will be very glad about it. Now let's say 18. 18 would be then the standard discount. It sounds quite good. My sales force, though, I know them. They sometimes might get excited and talk and tell to the people, yeah, we're going to make you some great discounts. So I will tell them 18 is the standard one. They might maybe sometimes go a bit over it, but 18 would be good.
We're hoping to not go over that though, because we're looking to budget everything in properly here. So I think that if they came out with a strong number with 15 to the customer, to the clientele here, and they make it seem like they're getting a deal by offering.
Oh, they know their job. Don't worry. They will be very good at it. I'm quite confident.
Okay, so I would really like to keep it set at 18% here.
Yes.
With the possibility, if things aren't working out, then to 25.
Yes.
But I don't. Again, I have faith in your employees that we don't need to reach that point. Okay, so if we could just go over some of the basic things that we're going to have set in place, and I know that you're going to, and I'm also looking to come down again within the next 2 weeks to see how things are running and how we can do things together. And I know we talked about picking the sales task for some suggested people that you have in mind together.
This is a great news.
Okay.
Does it mean you're having a good time here in Mexico? I would be glad.
I wish that I had more than one day to actually venture out, because I've never been to Mexico before. So next time I come, you'll definitely have to show me around while we're making these decisions.
It would be my pleasure. Have you tried the Mexican food?
I haven't.
Oh, you have to try all the tacos and the burritos we have here. It's different from Taco Bell, believe me.
Yeah, I've never had Taco Bell, so.
You're lucky. You're lucky.
Okay, so then for next time I come down here, I'm gonna be here in roughly 2 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks.
Perfect.
Do you think that this is a good time frame for you?
It's a perfect time. I mean, the weather is going to be exceptional.
Will this work for you with coming up with 2 individuals, or possibly 1 additional salesperson? Because we had talked about eliminating the 1 trainer and seeing if they work in this sales position. So there would be your 1. 2, sitting down, talking with the employees, having the chance to talk to Mrs. Rodriguez, and seeing if she would like the opportunity in sales, as you were kind of just move her from if your brother's also doing administration. And then you could pick maybe two people who also you think would fit this role as sales, and maybe we could talk to them together and see what we like about them and if they would fit with our team we have. So that's our 1 point. Does that sound good to you?
Yes, yes.
And then we again had talked about the commission-based one. So an increase of 10% is what the employees will receive, with again that fixed rate that they do have. What percentage is your fixed rate at already? Like, so if out of the 100% of their salary, what's their fixed rate?
Oh, I should check with the secretary, but I think it is close to 50.
Okay, so how about we leave it at that as it is, and then next time I come back, once you have the exact numbers, we could go over it further about just talking about that fixed rate.
Yes, sure, we'll talk about it.
Okay, so then the second point would be keeping the fixed rate, and then from there on, it's commission based, and talking to the employees, discussing about what is within their fixed rate. So their transportation, food.
Sure. I'll have my secretary go over all this. She knows pretty good how the payroll works.
Yes, if she could definitely provide you some documents for our next meeting.
Yes, don't worry.
So we're on agreement of after the fixed rate with a 10% increase. If we as a team can surpass our first quarter volume in the 4th, that it would be commission based with this 10% increase. After the fixed rate.
I need to check with my secretary, but we can definitely talk about it. It would be, I think, a great improve for the company if we have more incentive for the sales force.
But we're just talking about your secretary for the fixed rate, right? Because I think the commission based has to be based on mine and yours. I don't know, just gut feeling on the situation, because we're the decision makers here. Do you agree that pretty much your secretary will just be providing the information for further discussion about the fixed rate?
I will definitely check with her and come back to you with it.
On the fixed rate though, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then our third point today, we talked about the labor expenses in Guadalajara, with the coming up with like an absentee program. So we're going to talk, maybe if you could for next week, you could have a planned meeting with your employees, talk to them about like some of their holidays that are specific to them, that are important to them, and we could come up with a list of these days and figure out an absence policy that we can create and enforce.
Mm-hmm.
And because we're doing that, we don't need the 2 temporary employees, we would only need the 1.
Oh, we will see how they react about it, but I will talk to them, that's for sure.
Okay. And then we came to the agreement of the 18% discounted rate.
Yes, that's something we would like to do.
Yeah, and then I guess just our last point here would be, you know, I really hope that next time that I come and I can maybe get the chance to stay with you, that, you know, me, you and your brother could go out for dinner and discuss his role further. I really believe that he's somebody that could, you know, really become the face of the company.
Oh, I think dinner is quite late. Let's do rather a breakfast.
Okay.
Breakfast is very good in Mexico. We have a lot of stuff. Have you tried frijoles?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it is delicious.
Is it?
Yes, we have quite a lot of them. Some even taste like chocolate.
Oh, well, I look forward to trying them.
For sure, we will arrange a desayuno.
Yeah, but I know that you talked about you wanting to talk to him first in regards to, you know, moving him from, you know, a role that's kind of behind the scenes to, you know, a role that's up front where he gets the chance to make commission on.
He will consider it, that's for sure.
Okay. And then, because from there, then we're gonna have to make further decisions on our employees.
Yes, no, let's not rush anything for now. Let's have his input on this first.
Okay, for sure, but by the time I'm done my next meeting here, but I should be back in 2 weeks, so maybe we could set a day for I could come and I could stay at your place if you don't mind, and if that works for you, or we could have our breakfast and whatnot there, just to get a relationship with your brother, as I haven't met him at all, and I didn't get a chance to today. So in 2 weeks from now, you are going to have got the input from your secretary about the fixed rate. You're going to have pulled over your trainer into a sales, and you're going to have picked a few other individuals that we can work with a team on deciding if they work. You're now going to work with the discounted price of 18%. And discuss with your employees an absentee policy.
Mrs. Morgan, it is definitely a pleasure to see that we are so much on the same page.
That's awesome. I hope that in 2 weeks from now that, you know, both of us can see some change and movement in the right direction here. I just would hate for us to come back to the drawing board again, you know, when we both have the chance to, you know, really make something work and make money out of this. Oh. Well, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you very much.